I can get you to do anything. And it's not your fault. It's programmed into human DNA. If I could sum up mind control in one phrase, one sentence, it would be the ability to weaponize cognitive dissonance. One of the most powerful questions that anybody, especially women, could ever ask is, what is the biggest thing you learned about yourself during that time?
Really observing humans as if they were animals.
There's no textbook out there that says Psychopathy 101, here's how to manipulate people. They grew up doing this.
And people study body language a lot, and I could save you 15 years of studying body language. The only thing that you need to get good at is detecting change.
The more sensitive information you need, the less questions we need to be asking. So the first type of elicitation is a provocative statement. And this is any statement that elicits a response. So when we use statements, the brain feels like it's voluntarily giving the information, not in response to a question, so that the information is something that naturally comes up and it doesn't feel like they're engaged in anything where something is being revealed. That's taboo, right? And this is, again, this is used to get secrets from other country intelligence officers and stuff like that. It's very effective. And this will typically start with the word so or I bet. So if somebody says they are an accountant, you say, I bet that has got to be stressful. I didn't ask a question. He's going to talk about the stress, the stuff they deal with. And then right after he's done, like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of that, I'll say, wow, that is remarkable how you just put up with that day in and day out. There's got to be something rewarding about it, though. I didn't ask a question. So now they're going to double down on the negativity. Their boss is an asshole. They're going to keep going into that. And then let's say we're continuing to use elicitation, and I want more data to just keep flowing out. Now I'll switch over to disbelief. And they say, it's this bad and this bad. My manager's a dickhead. Oh, I got to do all this stuff. And I'm like, there is no possible way that your job is that bad. It's got to be like, because I've talked to people who work for the same company before, and they seem like they really enjoy what they do. That's it. That's all I have to say. And that's disbelief. It's not I'm calling somebody a liar, but I'm saying there's no way it's that stressful. I've talked to some people that work at that company. It's like, oh my God, you have no idea. And you're going to hear more information come out. And so in a persuasion scenario, I'm using this technique to make your brain think that you're talking to a friend, because if I get them to complain or I get them to start giving up information, your brain now says, oh, he is a friend, like he is connected to it. So we've gone from a provocative statement to a little bit of disbelief, and then we have something called triggering the need to correct the record, which comes after that. This is a technique that was initially invented, I think in the 80s, by a guy named John Nolan. So like if you and I were standing at Erewhon, which is like Whole Foods for anybody watching that's not a Californian, and I'd say, Lisa, I want you to go figure out, there's somebody stocking baby carrots over there. You go figure out how much they make in under 60 seconds, and you're not allowed to use any questions. That's tough, because the money is a sensitive topic, right? We can't say, hey, how much do you make for a living? Mm-hmm. But what if you went up to that person who's stocking these baby carrots and you asked for help, and on the way you said, I can't remember where it was, but I saw this article that said everybody who works at Erewhon just got bumped up to $28 an hour. That is fantastic. I'm really glad that you guys are doing that. And they look at you like, what? Everybody here makes 19 unless you're a manager, unless you're whatever. So you've got the information that you need. So that's called triggering a need to correct the record. And there's many other techniques you can do, but some of those, you can get people to start revealing their true self. You can get sensitive information. So the rule of thumb is the more sensitive the information that you need, the less questions you need to be asking. It needs to be statement driven. Kava is all about end results. So I'm either seeing control, acceptance, validation, or attention. That's the only four things you're going to really see one of these guys look for. So is their behavior about control, some kind of acceptance or something like that? I need to be accepted. Validation, I need you to see how smart I am, how tough I am, how cool I am, how strong I am, how powerful I am, whatever. Or attention. So anytime we're with any narcissist, you need to understand those internal operating system of that CAVA acronym of what am I seeing this person do? And it's crystal clear. Once you just understand that acronym, I can tell this person's not about controlling my time and all this stuff. They're not about making sure that they fit into this group, or they're some kind of weird conformist. They don't need validation all the time. It's just my attention. They're craving my attention. So whatever their desired outcome is also their greatest fear of loss. So now we know what they're most afraid of losing is the attention, right? Or the control. So there's two ways. There's carrot and stick. So you start, let's call him Billy, your 8th grade buddy that you still talk to. So I just see all these Facebook notifications for like Facebook Messenger on your phone. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And I see you responding to him a lot. I don't say anything to you, but all of a sudden I order flowers to the house. I'm doing all this kind of crazy stuff because I think your attention's elsewhere. So I'm using carrot at this point to make sure I've got all of your attention. So that's carrot. And the stick is I confront you and I say, hey, this is either me or him. You're like, bro, we like jumped on trampolines together 30 years ago. Like, it's not a big deal. But that's when you'll have that conversation, like it's me or him. And there's a carrot and a stick for all of these. So if I want to control you and I don't want to be like, dictate what you're allowed to do, where you're allowed to go, I'm going to make it really good. I'm going to try to structure our time together to where we're going to do fun stuff. We're going to a church that I picked. We're going to fill in the blank. So I'm just going to structure your time, your focus, and your energy. So I'm in kind of control of where you're going, but I'm doing it in a way that it looks to you like we're doing things together. So you're learning how to control and how to like start taking psychological control over the narcissist. And the second thing is to learn what they're using is the FOG acronym. And this is fear, obligation, or guilt. Those are the 3 things that people are going to use to either get your control, your attention, your approval, your acceptance, or whatever else they're trying to get from you is through FOG, fear, obligation, and guilt. So those are, I think, mostly easy for most people to get. But when you start seeing it, that's one of the times that you can start calling things out. But you do it in a way that's non-confrontational. So if I have somebody here that says, like, if you do this again, this is going to happen. Then you start calling it out and say, wait, just so I understand, you are wanting me to do this, this, and this. And if I don't do this, you're going to do this. So you take all of their manipulation tactics, pretend like maybe I don't understand it all the way. Let me break this all down. So I'm taking like this little thing that you sent me in this secured envelope you don't want anybody to look at. I'm like, well, hold on a sec. Let's open this up. I'm going to lay all this shit out on the table so we can all look at it together. Let's all take a look. And that's one of the best ways to do it. I'll use your name for this. So I'll say, the last time that you went out, some weird stuff happened. And it made me feel awful. You went out for your girls' night. I didn't hear back from you. You didn't text me for like 3 hours in a row. And I don't know, maybe it was bad service or something, but I sat back here at the house, worried if you were dead. I was sitting back here just worrying about you the whole entire time because you didn't check in with me. You didn't tell me where you were going. You didn't make sure you were in an area where I could even see your GPS location. And it makes me wonder, like, am I in a relationship with someone who even cares about how I'm feeling? That's exactly what that would look like. So, all right. Lisa, I know that we've had this conversation several times, but you've told me that you support me. You've told me that you're here for me. You've told me that I'm the one bringing in the most money, so my career is the most important. Am I correct that you said those things? I mean, we both agreed on this, and I'm not trying to like manipulate you or anything, but I'm going to work every single day. I've done this online college throughout the nights. I've done all these things, and not once in the past 2 frickin' weeks have you said anything to me that I've gone above and beyond for everybody in this household. And I don't know, maybe you're manipulating me or something, but I haven't heard anything from you, and you promised me that these are your priorities. And you'll hear that comment like, I don't think you're trying to manipulate me, but, and they'll say that to you. If I could sum up mind control in one phrase, one sentence, it would be the ability to weaponize cognitive dissonance. And if you think about how you get involved with a narcissist in a relationship and why you stay, that's weaponizing cognitive dissonance. If I can weaponize cognitive dissonance, I can get you to do anything. So cognitive dissonance is about your identity and who you think you are as a person. And in a narcissist relationship, it's, I'm a good wife, I'm a good woman, I'm a good supporter, I'm a good mom, I'm gonna stay here for the kids. So it's about identity. So if the moment something comes up that might challenge that identity, like my friend says, oh, Jennifer, you need to leave this relationship, I automatically delete that because it goes against what I believe first. And I would encourage anyone out there to just spend some time learning about cognitive dissonance. Because if you're doing mind control on a person, whether you're creating some crazy assassin to go do some CIA stuff, or you're manipulating somebody on a date.
So when it comes to insecurity, let's go mammalian and then human. So the mammalian fear response or insecurity response is a reduced arm swing, incomplete movements. So like I'm going to reach for this, I'm going to stop and then kind of continue doing it, and then the movements aren't completed. You'll see a lot of that kind of stuff. And you'll see reduced eye contact in a downward motion. And biggest of all, you're going to see the body moving or staying in areas that protect arteries. This means you'll see a lot less of this. You'll see the humerus kind of sit in a little bit closer to the body while they're talking, so the brachial artery is protected. You'll see the shoulders a little bit up in social situations. That'll stay a little higher, their head coming down a little bit, protecting the carotid arteries. You'll see the arms in front of their body like this. Sometimes this is called a fig leaf gesture, named by Alan Pease, but it's also protecting the femoral arteries at the same time. And men are more likely to do that. Women are more likely to wrap a single arm around the abdomen like this while they're talking during, like if they're insecure. And this is protecting the uterus area. And there are studies on this. I have no idea who did the studies. But, this was originally written about by a guy named Desmond Morris, who just, I think, died in the last month or two. He was in his 90s, but he's like the first researcher who wrote a book about really observing humans as if they were animals. Like how did their body move? And so the book was called Naked Ape. They're like us, like the hairless monkey. And he was like this savant at human behavior. But anyway, like when you're looking at the insecure behaviors, and if you're looking at two people, what you really want to look at, especially if there's two people, is which person needs something more from the other person and which person is reacting to the other person. Man, I'm hesitant to reveal this. The one thing that I teach a lot of these venture capital people, they'll get pitched a lot. I've never been to one of the pitches. The one thing that I teach them to look for is what's called lip compression. And we tend to do this at times when we are withholding a little bit of information or we're withholding an emotion. So like you imagine like if your friend started a new job and you're like, hey dude, how's the new job? And he goes, oh, it's great. So that lip compression is withholding. So what I teach them to do is watch for the compression. The moment you see it, just rewind. What were they just talking about right before you see it?
How's the financials in the business?
Yeah. It says, oh, all the financials are great. We've projected out a good thing for the next couple of quarters. And you'll see that just that little lip compression
Is that lip compression, I'm always interested in why that particular expression or feature is associated with that particular motive or leak. What is it?
It's our first way of withholding. It's our first way to hold in milk. Like a tongue jut like after someone tells a lie, like there's something called the tongue jut that's very common, like this. This is our first no. It's a way to force a nipple out of the mouth. And these are theories of Desmond Morris's as well. Like this is our first way of withholding and keeping milk in the mouth. And our first no is pushing our tongue out or pursing our lips a little bit.